Hi, and hello everybody. Hello my friend, today we are playing BeamNG.drive, version 0.39, recently updated fresh from the oven. My name is Shane, and in this video we will be taking a look at the new Cherrier Ardente from BeamNG Devs, a new vehicle for the new fresh update. It is a two-door sports coupe. From the front it kinda looks like a Honda Civic, if you squint hard enough. And from the side it somewhat reminds me of an Audi TT. It is available with a plethora of options, from a very efficient diesel to a comfort-tuned spec, and you also have some more spicier versions with the S trim and SQ trim with all-wheel drive, and you have the EV versions. What I got here is the EV. Let's take a look at it first. So, the Cherrier Ardente from the outside looks very neat, very modern. You have LED headlights, back and front. You have LED taillights as well. Doors, frameless doors, and these materials look really nice on the inside. Yeah, nice details on the textures, the leatherette material on the dashboard, this fabric-ish looking material up here. Also a new update, and we have the sun visors that can fold up and down, open and close. That's neat. However, I don't think the windows open in this vehicle. Sadly, it doesn't. Neither do the mirrors fold, sadly. We have the tailgate open button here. We also can adjust your headlights here. We have the hood release. It's an EV, this one, so don't expect too much down there. We also have the gear selector, engine start stop button, and the drive mode selector. What else do we have? The seat material looks pretty nice and detailed. Also, pardon me if the FPS is not so high on my PC. I am playing on a relatively old spec, not even high-end spec back then, so yeah. Sorry if the frame rate isn't superb. Here you can see the stitching, this sort of Alcantara looking texture, and a neat addition to detail, the isofix anchor points back there. Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. What else? Yeah, it says Ardente down there, reminds you of what car you're sitting in. We also have physical buttons and scroll wheels on there, good stuff. Yep, we would like to see more of that in real cars, not bigger touchscreen. Also, you have a bunch of buttons and dials there. Nice. On the back, you have a parcel shelf, and I suppose the rear seat's supposed to be able to fold, technically, but yeah. Also, the indicators are sequential. That reverse light is tiny though, and it is only on one side, and there's a also equally tiny rear fog lamp. And there's no front fog lamp, as far as I know. Pop the hood. Starting here because it's the EV. We will get to it again on the gasoline version. Let's take a drive. Take it for a spin. The SC on Sport, it pulls like an EV. Not bad. But because this one is an EV, it's also kind of heavy. But yeah, the horsepower and torque from the electric motor just offsets that heft on the corner. You can just catch up on these straight lines with pure brute force of horsepower. Now this isn't really meant to be... Whoa. Yeah, there you go. Hey, crash test. It deforms quite well. And it is quite safe, I guess. Also note I have the dynamic particle mod and stuff, so that stuff shatters around. Alright, now that we accidentally, crashed the EV, let's take a look at maybe the pure, or maybe the comfort diesel actually. We will save the spicy version for the last bit, the delicious bit. Right, the diesel, the wheels look really small here. It's a comfort-oriented stuff, I guess. And the interior actually looks really nice. Like this color combo, Yeah, very neat. Like tan, saddle tan color on black. Yeah, nice combo. And the trim is still like stainless steel. This is a 2-liter turbo diesel. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't go slowly. It's fine, I would say. 190 horsepower. It's not too bad. And it also has the sport mode and nothing else. Also, this new update on BeamNG brings a apparently better lights for the vehicles, better headlights. I'm not sure if I'm going to notice it though, because I don't play in-game with the night situation very often, because it gets really dark. Especially if your PC doesn't have a lot of like NPC vehicles on, because your PC isn't so capable. You will end up like driving in the middle of nowhere with, oh, like look at that, I can barely see. It's easier if I just look into my sat nav. Yeah, the car actually handles quite okay. It handles quite nice, but yeah, if you cannot see, you just run into the darkness. And doing that, yeah. Oh hey, a lot of fluid splattered everywhere. Okay, please take note, these fluid splattering everywhere is a mod, not in the vanilla game. I'll put it back to like midday. Yep, the glass did shatter, stuff did break, and yeah, all the screens are off. Yeah, let's try the spicy version. The creme de la creme of the Ardente, the S14Q Frisson. Frisson? Yeah, that. Now the Frisson has a slightly wider hips. I'm sure it is slightly wider than the previous normal ones. It's a little bit wider, making these wheels, I think they're like what, 20s or 19s. They look really nice compared to the previous diesel version that looks so underwheeled. This looks a lot nicer, and we have very sporty red interior. Yeah, very nice. Such a nice place to sit in here. Except that looks like a bunch of glitch. I don't know what happened there. Let's take a look under the hood. 2.5 liter, 5-cylinder, turbo, yeah. You know the deal. You've seen this engine in the Vivace and the... Is it available in the Tokrak? No, just the Vivace, right? The Vivace. Let us drive the Ardente now. Yeah, it also sounds nice. However, it doesn't have the arsenic drive mode. Now, I'm not sure if it has the same exhaust note as the Vivace does. I think the Vivace has a slightly more burbly exhaust note. Not so sure. Maybe we will compare it in a bit, but it does sound quite good. It does sound really good. And also with these wider tires, and I mean this is better compounds, it handles a bit nicer than previous trim level. But still, yeah, not exactly a grip monster, huh? Oh yeah. And note the spicy version actually has a fixed spoiler compared to the dynamic arrow that we have on the electric one. Kinda funny, I would say. Kinda odd. But yeah, that's what we get. We get a fixed sort of ducktail lip spoiler. Not lip spoiler really, just ducktail, big one. Oh man. Yeah. Maybe you should do a big crash at the end. Of course, there's no other cars coming by when I'm looking for a big smash. Oh, there's detail on the under tray as well. Alright, one last bit. Let's compare the exhaust note to the Vfash. This thing, I believe, it sounds more aggressive. Not sure if I'm correct though. Yeah, it sounds more aggressive. Oh. Oh wait, it has... Oh, it has arsenic mode. Wait, I take it back. Let's try it now. Oh yeah, that sounds a lot more... That sounds a lot nicer. And the turbo noise, like... Yeah, you can hear that. You can hear that turbo. Too bad we cannot open the windows yet. Can we have a big smash? Yeah. And also that, I mean, for a relatively small car, this seems to be quite solid and safe. The windshield doesn't even break. The cabin is like intact. All of that crash is like eaten by the front crumple zone. Wow. Right, so that's it for my look at the Cherrier Ardente on the BeamNG.drive update 0.39. Thank you so much for watching until the very end. You can support me by clicking subscribe and liking this video. Also comment down below what part of this car that you are so excited about. And I will catch you guys again in the next video. Bye bye.